Hey guys, I want to talk to those individuals who are feeling unmotivated. You're not inspired by anything. You feel like nothing is moving for you, nothing is working out for you, and you're just stuck. You feel like you're just stuck, and you're like, D, I have done everything within my power, and I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling depleted. I don't know what my purpose is. Nothing is happening for me. I want you guys to understand it's okay to feel like that at times. We all go through that. I go through that from time to time. I'm like, oh, geez, what am I to be doing next? What's happening here? Nothing is working. It's okay. I want you to understand that that's normal. Because if everything is working out 24/7, that's a red flag. Something is wrong. You're not human. You're not human. That's not possible. We all have little quirks here and there. We all have hiccups here and there. But we should not get stuck. Let's not get stuck in a rut. We can't do that. But sometimes it's necessary for us to pull back and just do nothing and let it just settle. Sometimes we do need to do that. We need to just step away from the process and just fall back and just say, you know what? I'm going to take my hands off of this. I'm going to seek God about this. I need some direction from the Almighty. But what are some things that you can do that's within your power? The first thing you can do is make sure you have written out your goals and your visions. What are your goals? What are you seeking? What have you done to make things work out? Are you concerned about a career? Do you need to go back to school? And you might say, D, I have gone back to school. I've gotten the certifications. I've gotten the degrees. I am still not moving. What is wrong? You need to identify your gaps. What are the gaps? What's happening here? I'm going to also advise you to get a mentor. I wished someone would have told me about networking. I promise you guys, I did no networking in my career whatsoever. I did not. I was so busy, happy to have a job, that I just kept my head down working. No networking, didn't try to find out who was who. I did none of that. I didn't do any of that. I know within my company we do lunch and learn sessions. I should have been participating in some of those. I should have been reaching out for a mentor. I should have been doing some of those things. I did that late in my career. I wished I had done that early on. I didn't know anything about career progression, career growth. I just missed a lot of stuff. So I'm really talking to a lot of people that are younger than myself, who are just starting out. Networking, mentorship, do it. Get it under your umbrella. Do it. Don't become stagnant. Do that. It might be someone watching this and say, well, I'm working, but I want to be a stay-at-home mom. How can I? You need to write out a plan, write out a vision, talk to your husband. How can this happen? You need to go in with a strategy to show it to him. Men, you just can't tell them that they're very analytical. You got to show them a plan, because you're talking about finances. You're talking about cutting away a salary. But if you can show him where you still can save, and you would be at home monitoring your kids and doing this or whatever it is that you want to do as a stay-at-home mom, help him see it. He got to see it. He's a visual person. We hear it all the time. Men are very visual. Whatever in front of them, they want it. They want to see it. You got to go in with a roadmap. You just can't go in batting your eyes and throwing your hips side to side. It's going to take more than that. You got to show it to him, ma'am. You got to show it to him. Set small, actionable goals. Break the process into manageable steps, such as enrolling in a course, reading a book. These are for the folks who feel like they're stuck in their career. And I already talked a little bit about career. Staying consistent. You got to stay consistent with whatever it is you're trying to achieve. You just can't do a flyby here and there. Perfect example, YouTube. I keep seeing all these videos about folks, saying that they want to do this on YouTube. They want to get all these subscribers, but they're only posting once a month, every other month. Consistency is going to be a key. And not how much you post, but the content. You want to make sure that your content is going to be something that people can really resonate to. They can get into, they can vibe with you. They can see that you're serious and they can be engaging with you. And they can feel that you're being real. This is just as real as it's going to get, y'all, with me. Sometimes I'm quirky. I'm all over the place. But then there's times where I'm just like, by the book. I'm by the book, and I'm referencing my notes and all that kind of good stuff. And that's just part of my personality, who I am. But it's okay to feel that you don't know what to do sometimes, but you don't want to get stuck there. You don't want to get stuck. Like I said, sometimes it's okay to push back for a week or maybe 2 weeks at the most, but you want to go back and revisit whatever your goals, your visions, you want to revisit those things, and you want to keep them in front of you. If it's important to you, you're going to keep going over it. You're not just going to put it to the side. That's why I keep my little vision board here in view of me so I can see it. My health goals. I keep all that stuff. I write down my weight on my calendar, and some people that may not work for them, but for me, I need to see where I'm at. I need to see what I'm doing. I have to have something tangible that I can refer to. Even when I'm reading a book, I'm highlighting it. I'm jotting down notes. What am I getting out of this? How is this going to impact me in a good way? So you got to figure out what works best for you. Some people don't need none of that. They can just keep it moving, keep it pushing. Me, I am a very visual person. Even when I'm trying to learn something new, when I need to go to class, it's got to be in front of me. I need to be able to go back and refer to it. I need to have hands on so I can do it myself. Screenshots. You got to figure out, how do you learn? For some of you guys, you're trying to get a new job. So you're going to have to go on interviews. Are you preparing? The first question they're going to ask you, tell me something about yourself. You got to be able to tell these people about you and what you're going to bring to the table. Yes, you look nice, you're dressed nice, but can you convey your message to them? Can you speak on your experience, what you've been doing for the last year? Can you speak on your skill sets, what you're going to bring to the table? Can you navigate with them how you're going to get from point A to point B? You got to be able to tell your story. You got to be able to tell your story. You might want to videotape yourself. Videotape yourself before you go on your interview. I don't know. I used to do it. I used to write down all my statements, whatever I think they were going to ask me. I would write it down, and then I would record myself and listen to myself and play it back over and over again. So it's little things like that. But if you are feeling unstuck, you feel like you just can't get to the next level, there are some things you just need to work on. And of course, you guys, y'all know me. I'm going to give you a scripture. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, He will establish your plans." This reminds us to entrust our desires and goals to God, allowing Him to guide our steps as we work toward fulfillment and purpose. Take everything back to God in prayer, everything. And we all know Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. He gives me strength. I can't do it in my own strength. It's so many times my employer has come to me and asked me to do something. And when I look at it, I'd be like saying to myself, Lord Jesus, you're going to have to help me. You're going to have to drive this van. You got to drive this, God. Because I'm not that smart that I can figure this out. I need you. And I think a lot of times if we can realize that certain things, well, for me, it's all things. I need His guidance. I need His understanding. I need clarity on how to do things, But I got to put my best foot forward. I got to do the work. I got to do the work. And that's it. Sometimes we want to take shortcuts. Sometimes you got to turn off the TV and you got to read. You got to try to take it all in so you can understand it. You got to marinate on what you just read. You got to comprehend. And that's what we're finding out with our children. They are not reading. They are not comprehending what they're reading. Sally ran across the street. What? What does that mean? I used to grade papers for this company, and I would grade, I would have third graders, fourth graders, 3 through 7th graders, and sometimes they would switch it up. Y'all, when I tell you some of the stuff I would read, I was just embarrassed. And sometimes they would write on the paper, I don't know. You know why they don't know? It's not that they don't have the capacity to learn. No one is forcing them to sit down and read. My mama, I couldn't come home and say, I don't have any homework. Oh, you don't have homework? Open up the Bible and read it. Read it. Yeah. We have gotten away from that because we're too busy running behind bigger. And it's nothing wrong with bigger, but we got to find moderation. We got to put everything in balance, and we got to be so intentional about what we are doing. We got to be intentional. We got to watch over our kids. We got to watch over our kids, guys. So if you're feeling unfulfilled, stuck, not motivated, take a little time. I'm going to advise you to get you a journal and just start writing this stuff down and start talking about in that journal, what are your desires? What do you want to accomplish? How can you accomplish it? And if you don't have answers to some of those questions, seek out someone you feel comfortable speaking with. Go to your library, do some research, figure out who you can seek out as a mentor. You got to do the work. You got to do the heavy lifting. You won't be there forever. It's lifing. That's all it is. Life is lifing. You will move forward. I am rooting for you. I am praying for you. I am believing for you that the rest of this year is going to work out. We're going to go into 2025 running, and we're going to have a good year. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect because I know it's not. It's not. We're going to have challenges. So go ahead and get your mindset. Get your mind prepared. There will be challenges, but you will get over those hurdles. We will get over those hurdles together. We will do that together. You're going to be okay. Okay, well, until next time, continue to grow and glow. Bye.